Okay. Okay, we're live.
And we're live.
And we're live.
So today is
Welcome.
a day before Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's November 23rd, 2018. So when we look back at this, it's November 23rd in 2018. And I'm Kevin.
I'm Meg.
We're a husband and wife wedding photography team,
Yeah.
and we're jump starting this podcast.
Yeah.
Last week, unfortunately, whatever we spoke about did not work. I mean, you can see our faces and our mouth moving, but
Yeah.
there's
Nothing was.
you won't hear anything that we said. So
Yeah.
but here we are,
Yeah.
and it works.
Yay! Let me make sure. Yeah. We got green lines moving up and down, and we are live. Yeah. It kind of makes me a little nervous.
Why is that?
Cause the first time was a wash, and then I don't know, just technology.
Oh, and you feel like this is not.
I feel like I can't. I have
Is
to
this going to
kinda
work? Is it going to
pay
pick up her
attention.
voice? And
Yeah, I have to pay
Okay.
attention technically.
yeah,
But I'm trying to be present, like not be too concerned about it.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
So far, we're thinking of new ways, new strategies as a husband and wife in business.
Yeah.
We're always learning new ways to market ourselves, to market our business, and yeah, we ran into certain issues this week,
Yeah.
right? Or actually yesterday,
Yeah.
and trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
So Megan just started Facebook ads, right?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. How was that?
It's fine. I mean, I like my own resistance to Facebook ads was I didn't want to learn something that is boring and that I don't really like doing technical things. It's not my strength. And then even though when you like try to learn it and then they're like, "Oh, you can do all these things." I'm like, "Yeah, I get it. Like I get the concept. I get why it's important and why you should do it. It's not like I'm against doing it. It's just please don't ask me to do it." But then I just sat down with it this morning and I was like, it can't be that hard. So I just kind of clicked everywhere. And then for some reason this time, maybe I was just more determined or more open to do it or something. Like things actually worked. Whereas before when I tried to do Facebook ads and I feel like I was following instructions and then I would do the things like how you choose your audience, right?
Mhm.
And it tells you whether you're like too narrow, too broad.
Yeah.
Always my shit would be like too broad, too broad, too broad, too broad, or too narrow, too narrow. And I was like, I'm just trying to get this thing in the middle because you can't run a proper ad without hitting the right amount of people or
Yeah,
something.
it's very weird. It's very strategic in trying to
Yeah.
find your target market
And then
through Facebook ads.
all these stupid technical things would get in
Yeah.
the way, and it's like, oh, you like you can't do that. Go fix this error.
Yeah.
Go fix this error. And then all the time before I'd be like dealing with that, and I'm like, I guess did it. But for some reason, I was doing it for Snap It Fancy, our photo booth,
Mhm.
and then it just like everything was just working. I don't know why. Everything. I was like, cool. I'm gonna create this audience. I'm gonna make an ad from it. I was like, oh, this is easy. I don't think I've ever done it like this before. And then, boom, I hit place ad or whatever, place. And then it was done. I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And it's actually working.
Yeah.
Like before, it's like not delivering after I do all this work, after I spend all this time trying to like figure it out. It'll be like saying, not delivering. And I'm like, okay, never mind.
Did you use anything you learned from that YouTuber?
Nah.
So
So I just was like, I did it different.
yeah.
I think I went first to create an audience first.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, there's a little button right here. It's like, go make an ad from it. I'm like, okay. Like I just followed Facebook's instructions without going to YouTube or whatever. And I just went through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those that are going live with us, yeah, our podcast. Have we thought of a title for it?
We did. We took Jeff, my mentor's suggestion. He had so many of them, so many great ones. But you really liked
Pass
Past the
the Aisle.
Aisle last
Yeah.
the first time we did this. This is our first episode
Mm-hmm.
basically. And you told me, oh, I really like Past the Aisle, so I said,
Yeah.
okay, cool, let's do that.
And what does it mean by pass the aisle? So, the reason why I feel pass the aisle kind of fits us is that we want to share our experiences with all of our couples, um, looking forward to what is a marriage like after you say I do.
Yeah.
So, pass the aisle, I felt it was like a clever title.
Yeah. Well, I think what was important from the last show that was never aired is to talk about our goals for this podcast. Like what can our audience expect from us?
Yeah, I want our audience to learn more about Megan and I as a couple, to learn all of our challenges that we face during our marriage, challenges that we face even in the process of planning our wedding.
Yeah.
Like if anyone has any questions, need any tips from us, like we'll be gladly to share our experience with you guys.
Yeah.
Those that are also in business as a
Yeah.
husband and wife like us and face challenges as well, like especially within your relationship and balancing both worlds, like we're also here to share our input and what things that didn't work with us and things that did.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be quite a journey. Like I feel like we're always coming through a lot of challenges.
We're always facing challenges in business because marketing in business is always forever changing.
Yeah.
People change year to
Marriage
year.
and business is
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, marriage and business, yeah, you need to find that balance. Like
Yeah.
there needs to be that balance, and I feel like it was really strong this year about finding that balance. I think now that we're all settled in or we have a home, now we're like really focused on our business. The like we're trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel more balanced now than before?
Yeah. I mean, in like situations where we're living, it's balanced.
Okay.
But in business, there's always challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel balanced
I
in
feel
business?
that's the good thing about business is that it's never perfect. It's never ever going to be perfect. Um, you have to pace yourself. I feel when you're in your business for the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's a short game, then I don't know. Just go explode and do whatever it takes for your short game. But if it's a long-term investment, you love it, then take care of it and pace yourself. And I think that's what I faced was I tried to solve every problem that just came on my plate. And what that caused was I overwhelmed myself, and in return, I also overwhelmed Megan because I was getting in certain aspects. I was feeling demotivated
Yeah.
in certain aspect of the business, not my product or not my photography. It was just how the business was running in the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is something that we didn't know about until I think now, which is like there are these three hats in business. You have the visionary, which is you, the entrepreneur. You have the technician, which is also you. The technician does the work, right?
Yeah.
Shooting. And then the managing, which is what I read in a nice book. And the managing of the business became very overwhelming because it's very natural for someone like you, the photographer, to be a visionary and go, this is what I want to create.
Mm-hmm.
And very easy to go, I'm going to go create it. The technician and the entrepreneur. But then the managing of it, like what does it mean to build a team? What does it mean to run your business for the long game, for the long haul? And that I think was our biggest challenge this year. I feel like that's my role to manage and then also being like, oh, what is how do you do that? You know, how do you manage a business? Because you could literally do it however you like.
Yeah, that's the unique thing about business is that it's a self-reflection of the owners.
Yeah.
So
And we're not always organized.
I'd say like a lot of businesses out there aren't that organized.
Yeah.
Even when I worked in Kaiser,
Yeah.
Kaiser Permanente,
Yeah.
they're not organized. Like,
Yeah.
and there's a lot, a lot of people. If you ask them, not all business created a system.
Mm-hmm.
They do their best, but it's never perfect.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. So
that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is creating a system that's going to work for us. And if it's not perfect, we'll find ways to make it better. So, and we know when to make it better because there's always that little tension where, oh, something's not working, something's not right, something is off. So we have to get to the bottom of it and try and figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, our ultimate goal for this podcast is for our couples and anyone that's watching to learn more about us, and that anyone that can relate, need any advice, or can take anything away from what we experience, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I agree.
Anything in additional you want to?
Well, I always like to use platforms of like this, like to have like self-reflection and actually talk things out in a way that is accountable, because now it's it's being recorded, so you can't hide from what you say. And I feel like you can be more conscious of what you say because it's in this format, which is cool. It just allows you, I feel, to be a little bit more focused. It also challenges you to be really also conscious of who you are, because I think it's really easy to come on a platform like this and you put on a face. You put on a happier face or a more on face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say, for example, when you go to a meeting, a client meeting, and you're peppy and you're selling and you're pitching, and I kind of don't want this to be that way.
Yeah.
I want it to be still feel good for sure, but still be real and still be authentic. And I think that will be a challenge for you. Not that you're not real.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you always are real. But because we come from the wedding industry and we have you gotta be peppy and wedding industry self, it's different. It's not that it's a complete opposite of your true self, but to invite you and I to just be mindful that it's easy to be all like,
it's not that easy for me, actually. No,
I think it's easy for you because you're I know you're putting on a little bit of a performance right now. Right now you are. That's okay. It's not that it's bad, but that's why I make note of it, because I just been down that road where you want to be like your on self, like you want to be presentable.
Yeah, well, I definitely don't want to be my tired self, because this overcast day right now is making me sleepy.
It's cozy. Yeah.
So.
No, but I would just challenge you to whoever that is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To be authentic. I'm trying to find it all the time. I'm like, where do I draw the line between presenting the persona that I know that I have or being myself? And it's not like on the spectrum of real, like super duper real or super duper fake. There's somewhere that in between where
I think you don't need to be.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know, but I don't think you need to be fake. You can just be real, but just maybe more hyper real.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't think that's fake.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
When you and your sister, like when Megan and her sister over here, it's crazy. It's like
that's real.
That's real. That's your hyper self right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it depends who I'm around, right? So
I
like
guess, yeah.
right now, because we're kind of like in a cozy state, and another is because I'm mentally drained from
Mm.
what just happened
And this
professionally and personally in the past
armrest is like high as heck.
couple of days. Like I'm mentally drained. At the same time, I'm like peaceful, I think.
I'm peaceful, and I can't wait till our 3rd-year anniversary. We're heading off to Vegas,
Yeah.
just for a week, just to get a RAR or RNR. I think it's RNR, right?
You always squash the phrases.
Yeah, whatever.
R&R.
It is RNR, yeah.
RAR.
That's
AMS on
that's a
R.
dot RAR file.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do some little R&R, do some. Oh, you also found something really special for our anniversary.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any whiskey lovers out there, but May and I've been searching after we came over our friend's home, and she gave us a little sample of Hibiki, which is a Japanese whiskey made by Suntory, right?
Suntory,
It's a company, right?
Mhm.
Suntory. So I just read yesterday, and I think this is like laws of attraction in a way that I read that Suntory would no longer be producing Hibiki.
Yeah.
The
Sounds
17
funny.
years, yeah, the 17 years aged whiskey that stopped in production in September 2018.
Wow.
The Hibiki 12 years is basically gone since 2005.
Yeah.
So whatever is left, which is just the Hibiki blend, which is the starter, the one that we just got at the
Yeah.
supermarket yesterday at Tokyo Central. Luckily, there was only 2 left. So I was like, when I saw it, I was like quite shocked because we always go Total Wine, Bevmo, we always call them up and they never get in stock. And they always say it's rare that they do get in stock. So we were just shocked.
Yeah. Was a little
Yeah, the
shocked.
price was, it's a little high because of how scarce it is.
No, I think it's always been $100 retail.
No, I mean, really?
Yeah.
It's always 100?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just at Costco. It's cheap.
I saw it for $87 yesterday on
Where?
a different website
Oh, on a website.
called Universal Package. I
Yeah,
don't know if
on a
anyone
website.
shopped
But
there.
in retail, if you go
Yeah.
out, it's $100.
Either way, it's
So we spent $100.
that whiskey. That whiskey is good,
Yeah.
and if you know the history of it, you know how it's processed and how it's made and the story behind it,
Mhm.
and now that it's scarce, that's the reason why the prices went up, because
Yeah.
no one's going to ever get it again.
Well, it's special. Yeah.
It's special.
I was in Japan. They still didn't have it.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I've been searching.
But the taste of it, though,
Yeah.
I still remember till this day. Like,
very balanced.
it was a very balanced whiskey. Yeah, nothing too harsh.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
harsh at all. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We're also doing a little anniversary shoot, which I think is super
So that's
important to do.
that's not in Vegas. So where'd you book it?
Oh yeah, so we're gonna be in Joshua Tree area ish, and we're doing it in a teepee.
Oh yeah. And there's a fireplace in this teepee.
There's
so
a straight up fireplace. Did you see the thing? Did you see the listing?
I haven't seen it yet.
So straight up, it's so legit. It's a big teepee, and then there's like a wood burning stove in the center, and it's got this big chimney coming through the thing, and then surrounding it is brick, laid brick. So in case there's any sparks, and then a big king size bed, and it's like decorated all like bohemian inside, you know what I'm saying? So it looks really cool, and then surrounded on the outside is just like you're in Joshua Tree land, so a bunch of Joshua trees and stuff.
Yeah. And I do want to thank my sister-in-law Jenna for shooting this for us.
Yeah.
If those that you don't know who Jenna is our main lead photographer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. So today, actually, she just called me to help to tell me that she's working with a florist,
Did you know
who's
that company?
I gotta look it up right here. I give a shout out for sure. Because she's basically sponsoring a couple of arrangements for us. You couldn't get any because you're not wearing any
I don't think
like
I need any
yeah.
flowers.
so,
Like
so no
that would be
boutonniere,
the wrong shoot.
no boutonniere for you. Okay. So petals and pine floral.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
petals and pine floral. So we're working with her, and we're gonna do. Of course, I want to do something non-traditional. And she also asked me to bring out my wedding dress again, but I'll do a variation of it, and so
Yeah.
we'll do a lot of shooting. And I always look forward to photo shoot time.
Yeah, and I might as well bring out my film camera and just utilize all the rolls that I haven't sold. So someone didn't follow up. I don't know who that is. I forget.
Somebody who shoots film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I took some time, like a solid hour, putting together outfits, which is so fun for me. Like I was sitting there and just like, oh, what's gonna look good with this, and I was trying on all my stuff, and I love going through your closet actually, because you actually have a lot more to choose from, and I just start picking out things like, oh, I think this will look good, and like, it always takes me back to like when I was young, and I would like dress up all my Ken dolls. Because I've always been interested in
How do you dress
fashion.
up your Ken dolls if they're
I would make
small though?
Yeah, I would make their own clothes and
Oh,
everything.
I see.
And like I even played dress up with my dad's clothes, and it was a lot of fun.
And
But,
you buried his clothes
and
afterwards.
I didn't bury his
Oh,
clothes.
okay.
I buried his medals.
Oh, I see. I thought you buried his hat and his outfits.
No, I took his
then...
hat
Oh.
and I wore his outfits, and I buried his medals,
Oh.
never to be found again.
What type of medals are these?
Sorry,
I don't
Dad.
think anyone knows.
I don't know. Like, well, my dad was in the Navy, so he had a lot of these like Navy medals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I always go sneak over there into the little drawer and like take out his medals and just look at them and like, ooh, this is cool. And then I think slowly I just start taking them, put them in like a Chivas Regal tin, and then buried it.
I wonder why you buried it though.
I don't know. I thought it was cool. This
Was
is
it,
probably
like,
before Jenna was born.
Was this were you thinking it was a treasure and that's
yeah,
why
it's
you
like
wanted...
treasure, you know? And I was like, cool, I'm gonna put all my cool stuff in this tin.
I remember when I was a kid that I had this friend, and when we see a snail, we picked it up and then we just killed it, and then we dig a little hole and put it in a grave, and then we'll visit that grave every day.
Well,
or fourth grade. I don't know what the hell we were doing, but
like
that was funny.
Serial killer. We're like, we're gonna
That was
kill
weird.
this snail, but respectfully visit him.
Yeah,
on his
that was weird.
Stewart.
It was stupid.
Anyway, what I would also like to talk about too, because we're gonna announce it on the blog tomorrow, Thursday. So instead of our usual your images on the blog, actually announcing something that's been coming a long time. Like we've known for a while, but to make an official announcement is our primary second photographer, Jonathan, who also led for our other sister company before, Bells and Laces. Regardless, our hardworking cousin who's been with us for so long, Jonathan, is retiring from the company the end of this year. So we're announcing
the end of this year. It's this Saturday.
Oh, it's this Saturday. This Saturday. Boom, boom. Done and done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be retiring from the company. I've just told his future weddings next year that we're not going to be, that he's not going to be with us anymore, and that Jenna will actually be taking over, and she's excited about that. And so yeah, I mean, we are not surprised, I mean, when he told us like a couple months ago, but at the same time it showed that we weren't ready for a lot of the changes we had to make in terms of building a company and building a system, because we were, we just depend on people, and when they have their own lives, we forget they have their own lives, their own wants sometimes. And so I was happy though to kind of hear that.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
I wasn't. I knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know my cousin. Like,
Yeah.
if he's lost or if he looks lost, then I know it wasn't meant for him. Yeah. It was just when we first.
No, but you did a really good job, I think.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we at least he can say that he had that experience.
He tried it.
And
you
he
know.
tried it.
He
Yeah,
gave it a really good, solid try.
yeah, he gave it a good run,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a segment in your life
Yeah.
that you gave it a good run.
Yeah.
Like you have
So many
more years
Yeah.
to do other things.
Yeah.
Like even this, like sometimes I think back about wedding photography and how we started about 10 years ago. It's still a segment of your life, and college was just a little fraction. It's like you just graduated high school and then all of a sudden you graduated college and you didn't even utilize your degree.
We didn't.
No, we didn't. Yeah, I definitely didn't. Like
I did a little bit.
I don't know, but yeah, I actually got held back in college.
Yeah.
And then because I was trying to
Summa
figure.
cum laude got hold back.
Yeah, I still got cum laude. That's weird, right? Well, that's because they don't call it like you got held back.
It's still dope though. They don't
yeah,
care.
They don't care. They
Yeah.
just gave me an F,
Yeah.
so I can retake the course and then get an A,
And then get an A.
and then get summa cum laude.
That's tight. That's
Yeah.
tight. That's how you do it.
Either way, but I don't rely on it. I don't rely on that degree.
Yeah.
So
Well, you could if you wanted to.
I don't want to. I mean, we had this talk about going back to a 9 to 5 where I'll be a 9 to 5 photographer for some other company.
Why did we have that talk?
Yeah, we had that talk because I guess I was tired of like trying to maintain a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I wanted like our life together, like just as a husband and wife rather than managing a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like it does take a lot away from what you actually like to do, which is photography.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for myself, like I'm an artist and I like to produce awesome photos, but then after I produce that awesome photo, then I have to start worrying about taxes and making sure
Yeah.
everyone's abiding by the
Taxes.
laws, and especially with this new tax law ABC tests that just came out, just making sure everyone follows what they need to follow.
Yeah.
So that's mainly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel
But
now?
but now that was me trying to solve every bit of problems like that was on my plate, and I didn't know how to approach it. So what I figured out is to take things slow. Like go at like our own pace of what we can work and what we can actually do right now versus just let's try and go down a list and get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's quite overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I've been on this road before and Megan's been on the road before in the same situation years back.
Yeah.
And we kind of hit these little milestones like every like 3 years it seems.
Is it?
It feels like it's every 2 or 3 years.
Where
like
you get really burnt out?
no, it's like when a new person hops on board in the team, like something changes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, or a person left, something changes.
Oh, so when the routine gets interrupted.
Yeah, when the routine gets interrupted, which is great. I think I needed that.
But you like routine.
I do like routine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's in my personality.
Right.
When I took that test, it's
Yeah.
I'm a very routine, very organized person, and maybe
Mhm.
that's how I manage a wedding day. So like
No, yeah, you're really good at
to
that.
the T, right?
Yeah,
Like
you're
maybe
really
I
good at that.
could have been a good wedding planner at the same time, but
Hi.
no, sorry.
You could do it. You could do it.
I can definitely do it. Yeah,
And you could take your own photos.
yeah, and get it featured by myself.
And then get it featured. See?
But-
there's your plan B.
But either way, like, yeah, it was all that.
I see. I see. So how do you feel now?
I feel good now in a way that I just need to take things slow.
Yeah.
Like, like social media is always changing, and that's overwhelming as well because you always got to learn new things, like learning a new software.
Yeah.
Kind of getting to that age where you kind of feel like, oh, this is new, and
Oh
you
no,
gotta,
we're getting
that's
old.
bad, right? So I gotta get over that and stop thinking that way.
You know what? I get really like kind of like oh shit, I need a man up. I'll watch those Facebook ads, tutorials. It's
Mhm.
all like old people teaching, and I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Like this morning, this old lady, not old, older,
Yeah.
older lady teaching Facebook ads. I was like, dude, if she knows how to use it, I need to buckle down and just know how to use it.
Yeah.
And I just turned off her video and started doing it.
It's like survival mode. You gotta learn how to use it, or
Ugh.
else you're not gonna get out alive.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but yeah, so lots of changes happening within the company. We're just gonna take it slow, I guess.
No, we are. Like, we have to go at our own pace and
Yeah.
and don't rush through it.
Oh, you told me something cool on the phone, which was yeah, maybe it's good that we can keep you accountable is to not always worry about the money.
Yeah.
Like we're no longer a small like startup company.
Yeah, we shouldn't think ourselves as a startup.
Like your brand is very good now, I feel.
Yeah.
You don't have to like be like I feel like I take on your fear sometimes, and it's gonna be my challenge or my responsibility now that we're doing this one thing to like when I hear or see those fears is to just take them as surface
Mhm.
and then not worry, not like don't focus on it. Know and trust that our brand is very good. Like your work, it's always going to be good. So I don't have to worry about like content or is this good enough. I don't have to worry about that as your marketer. And like to tell you not to
Mhm.
worry too.
Yeah.
Like your work is good. Often you would come by like tell me like, dude, why are people asking for this low amount of money, right? Is my work not good? I'm like, that's just that person.
Yeah.
Just let them, let them think that or let them go. And the right people will come along. We just need to keep doing our thing.
Yeah.
You keep doing your thing, which is like, yeah, I want to be creative. I want to shoot. And then I do my thing, which is manage. And
You right. You right.
but like, will you actually let me do that?
Yeah. Do it. I'm gonna let you
Or
do
will you like be like, oh, it can't be like this or whatever, you can't do that, or
It's just
I don't want to spend this or
No, do it. I gotta get over that fear. So do it.
Well, this morning I try to be more like a leader in my field, which
Mhm.
is the managing, right?
Yeah.
And I just did the Facebook ads. And it's something my mentor talked to me yesterday because I was like super didn't know what to do. And then he's like, just do it. And Tony told me too, just do it, right?
Yeah.
Like just go do the things you want to do. And then it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Or it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission if you spent money on an ad and then maybe not all of it was effective or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like
Where I'm waiting for you to give me the green light on everything.
Yeah, I feel like you should just do it.
Yeah.
And don't, like, if it works, like, say, hey, yeah, it worked.
But what if it doesn't work?
Then don't say anything. Don't
Don't
share it.
Don't tell you
Don't
that I
share
spent
it because
$30 or something.
because I feel like I'll freak out or something.
I usually don't share the bad stuff.
Like I feel like I don't even need to know.
I wait for you to just see the result.
Yeah.
Like that's how Jeff told me, go be sneaky about it in a
Yeah.
good way.
Yeah.
He's like, don't try to freaking wait for everything
Yeah.
for somebody to give you the go.
The green
Just go
light.
do it.
I feel like if you never told me and you just did it, I'll just be doing my own thing.
Yeah, I think it came from me trusting me too. Cause
It-
like before,
It
if
felt
I
like covert in a way where you needed to check in, but I'm not like that. You don't need to check in and let me know what you're doing.
Yeah, I didn't like that
Yeah.
style.
So, yeah, I would say just do it. It's all
Yeah.
you.
Okay, cool. So we'll just see where that goes.
Well,
You
yeah,
got
don't share
comfortable
me the
now.
bad stuff. That's where, my demotivation will come into play, and
Yeah.
I'll start getting all this like weird
Okay.
thoughts and stuff.
Okay. All right. I'm learning. So, other things. This is called Pass the Aisle, right? And we're approaching our 3rd year of marriage. What's that mean for you? Like, what was waiting for you past the aisle? What's
You.
what's different? I want to know what's different for you. Maybe after, is the 1st year different than the 3rd year?
I think every year is always different. I mean, it's always making sure our health is in check year to year.
Yeah.
Making sure like we have a roof underneath our head. I mean,
Ew, what we doing on top of the
on top of a roof. We're under. What hell you freaking say? I forget,
all
man.
the phrases. You always get the phrases all mixed
Yeah,
up. A roof over our head.
yeah, a roof over her head, not under her head.
You guys should hear the other phrases that always get mixed up.
I suck at those.
The colloquial American phrases.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Either way. But yeah, health is a big thing. And also like making sure other than working our ass off, like we have a retirement plan. What are we gonna do?
Oh,
like,
what is that, by the way?
we don't know. Like
no, but
we're
have
figuring it out.
reserves. We have reserves.
Yeah, we
in
have
our
reserves,
thing.
but we need to figure it out. Like a
Yeah.
solid goal.
So what's a retirement plan for you? What does that mean?
Well, it means like what any retirement means is that you're not working and you have money, you have income coming in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So our plan is to still generate income.
Yeah.
And not have to work.
But I don't know the type of person that will be during that time.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on a wheelchair, or I don't know.
Well, I'm trying right now to get better. Like, I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I do want to be healthy and do those things.
You don't know. You're gonna be on a walker with 2 tennis balls at the end, where they never solve that.
If I am, just slowly push me off the cliff. Like, you'll be all right.
I'll probably just surf again.
Wait for a shark.
No, and then have anyways, but yeah, coming back. Yeah, year is always like developing our marriage as well. Continually like really trying to understand each other fully and making sure we're supporting each other throughout any milestone and any decisions that we make in our lives.
Yeah.
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 And I always look forward to like passing down the aisle is spending the rest of our life together and how we're going to make it adventurous and a memorable life together. Yeah.
That's cool.
So.
Yeah. I think after this 3rd year is feeling more and more confident for me. Like more and more trusting. Yeah, trusting and confident and having more tools to like face the challenges that we face. Because I know they just, because we're in business, like there's all these repeated challenges, and they, as the business gets more successful, it also gets more complicated. Like my mentor was saying, the more money that you make, the more complex it gets.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not that the work is hard, because we can do the work. It's just like, oh, there's so many ways, like the tax thing, or the building a team thing, or systemizing simple things like accepting payments, you know?
It all kind of comes down to, yeah, what type of company you want to run.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to have this company become a big business, a big corporation, or do you like to keep it this small? And
Well, we
yeah,
asked.
it all depends on that, and it's very similar to what Rich Dad Poor Dad always says is that yeah, the more money you make, you start buying more things. You start buying 2 investment homes, 1
Yeah.
investment homes, and then what it is a domino effect after that. You have to now find managers for those homes, and then you have to pay them out, and then you have to maintain your home. So the more things you have, the more maintenance it requires, and the more money you're spending, and the more time it's taking out of you. So it just kind of comes back to what life do we want? Do we
Yeah.
want that, or do we want to offhand everything, right? Which I think we kind of spoke about is slowly start offhanding all of our jobs to the point where we're just managing.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a different story, It's a different role that's going to be placed upon us.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I didn't think I'd be managing. I didn't think anything really. I just stumbled. I'm here now, so that's what it is.
But I never, like in our lifetime, my parents were business owners. They were always the person managing and doing and being. My dad was
All 3 hats.
My dad was all 3 hats. Well, I feel my mom was just 2 hats. In a way, she was the one that was doing the work and managing. My dad was doing the work, as in driving to LA like 4 times a day, fixing machines, making sure all the appointments are in check when he does meetings. He was doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
there's your role model.
but either
That why
way,
you like to do everything.
no, I really don't know. But there is no, I haven't bumped into someone that has a similar business like ours and just handed off everything completely.
Well, not everything.
Well, our goal is to hand off everything.
But don't you still want to shoot?
I mean, not when I'm 50.
Oh,
Yeah.
but like things
Like,
you want to do.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but like things you
Yeah.
want to do. Like, oh, this is a special
Yeah.
project or client.
Yeah.
You could still do that.
Yeah.
Is there something else you want to do?
No, I mean, my favorite thing is always like heading to the gym and just making sure, like I'm staying fit,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. It's a good stress reliever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think that's it. How about yourself?
Well, I can see myself managing for a long time. It's not something physical.
Yeah.
Like if we talked about,
It's more of a mental game.
yeah, you have to have mental stamina and more, I think, compassion than anything. Like if you're dealing with other people, you have to forgive a lot of the mistakes that happen.
Mhm.
You have to be able to see the big picture, even though mistakes are made, or even though they're, I don't know, naive or whatever. You still have to or talk to them professionally and still want to work with them. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that in itself is this whole new set of skills that I'm learning, which is cool because I can actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that's out of reach. Whereas photography, I feel like I could do photography, but it became out of reach when I got injured.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was telling you, I was like, I wouldn't have wanted to do anything else if it wasn't painful.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it became painful. So I was like, well, dang, I got to do something else. So I started working on these other skills. So now managing, it works out because you're that technician, you're that visionary or entrepreneur, not a manager. And so it worked out. Like, cool, I can fulfill that role. And I think it's like I'm kind of excited because next year we're gonna really see. We've agreed to just focus on one thing, at least for the next. I want to say at least for the next year, because so
for
much,
a long time.
so
For a
much can
long
happen in a
time,
year.
I really don't want to venture off anymore.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm testing you.
Test
So,
me, or
yeah.
else I'll start building my own gym, and then you'll be like,
You're already doing
I
that.
already know.
You already got one member too.
Yeah. 2 members soon.
I've been an original founder. So, whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to try to stick to that. We're going to see what's going to happen in a year if we're really actually focused. Like, actually.
Yeah.
I think right now is like a big test because it pushed on, can we really work together? Because we haven't really worked together for realsies since I worked as a second photographer. And even then, it wasn't that cohesive, you know? So we've always butted heads a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think in a lot of ways, we're both leaders. We both have a background of being only children.
Right.
Right? So we have tendencies
Yeah.
for our ego to be very big and unforgiving and stubborn. And like I always realize that, and that's why I always tell you, hey, I'm trying to be outside of myself or do the things that are unnatural, which is trying to be encouraging or trying to speak your language or speak to you in a way that it makes sense.
Yeah.
Versus my way is like, it's not your language, right? So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what will really happen next year, because we're gonna take a break because we need just a little break. It's good that we have the podcast to like put all this out, documented live, and then we're gonna have a break, and then we're gonna start fresh.
Yeah.
Basically, I feel like I've woken up to my own lack of support for you, and I think you've also woken up for your lack of support with me within the past couple of hours.
Yeah.
Within the last couple of hours. And I know it's going to be like that sometimes. And
I mean, those are the challenges you
that's the
gotta
challenge.
face
Yeah.
in business. That's why
It's just that was a little dip.
That's why there's a lot of business that can't sustain itself.
Yeah.
And they're gone within 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So, but that's the fun of it. That's why I love it. Not just because you make your own hours or it's flexible, but it's a challenge. So
Yeah.
there won't be any fun if there's no challenges. And I felt when John stuck with us, and it was like more of an autopilot, and I knew that he was always going to be there.
Or you thought?
Or no, like when
before.
he was, before it felt no challenges, so I felt weird.
But
but now
before.
Yeah, before because. But now I kind of like it. It jumps. It makes it a new, fresh start. It makes it.
I'll give you some challenges.
Yeah. Well, I'm already doing it, am I?
Yeah. You are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I'm not here, you'll just do your thing.
Yeah. If you never propose podcasts, I'll still be doing the same thing.
Well, all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or all the things, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in for today.
What's on the next episode?
Who knows? It just kind of comes out.
Yeah, all right. Cool. I think maybe you can let people know how often we'll be doing the show.
Yeah. So there's no set schedule, but I feel like we can try to go on the show like once every week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No more twice a month.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once a week here,
Mhm.
and
And
on the
then
golden rule too.
well, the golden rule is when we need it.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and we'll be on live starting next week on Instagram. So we'll
Oh,
be
you
putting
know,
this on live
I
and
forgot.
our phones on live on Instagram.
Yeah, I forgot to do that right now.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's
Alrighty.
it, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
If you left some stuff in the chat for us, we'll answer it next
In the
time.
next one.
Yeah.
Or DM us.
DM. Yeah, you can DM me because you're busy.
Okay.
You can DM me. I'm at Megan J Photo.
Yeah.
All right.
Ciao.
Ciao. Hey. Yeah, that was really good.